In the misty mountains of ancient Japan, nestled among bamboo forests and serene streams, there lived a young monk named Karna. Known throughout the land for his boundless compassion, Karna dedicated his life to helping others, often at great cost to himself. His kindness knew no limits, and he would readily give away his last morsel of rice or the robe off his back to anyone in need. Word of Karna's generosity spread far and wide, attracting both the genuinely needy and those who sought to take advantage of his kindness. Day after day, people would come to Karna, each with a tale of woe, and each time Karna would give without hesitation. As the seasons changed, Karna found himself growing weaker. His endless giving had left him with little to sustain himself. His fellow monks watched with concern as Karna's health deteriorated, yet he continued to give, unable to turn away anyone who asked for help. One particularly harsh winter, as the cold winds howled through the mountains, a group of travelers arrived at the monastery. They claimed to be pilgrims, seeking shelter from the bitter cold. Without a second thought, Karna offered them his own quarters, choosing to sleep in the drafty hallway instead. That night, as Karna shivered in the cold, he overheard the travelers laughing and boasting about how easy it was to fool the naive monk. They spoke of selling the blankets and food Karna had given them, mocking his kindness as weakness. For the first time, Karna felt a deep sense of doubt. Had his kindness truly been helpful, or had it only enabled those who would take advantage of others? Confused and disheartened, Karna decided to seek the guidance of Master Satoshi, a renowned Zen master who was said to be meditating in a nearby mountain cave. As dawn broke, Karna set out on his journey. The path was treacherous, covered in ice and snow, but Karna pressed on, driven by his need for answers. After a day's travel, he finally reached the sacred cave where Master Satoshi sat in deep meditation. Karna approached with reverence, bowing low before the enlightened one. "O great teacher," he began, his voice trembling with emotion, "I have devoted my life to kindness and compassion, giving all that I have to those in need. Yet now I find myself empty, taken advantage of by those who do not truly need help. Have I misunderstood the path of compassion? Is there such a thing as being too kind?" Master Satoshi opened his eyes, regarding Karna with infinite compassion. After a moment of silence, he spoke, his voice as calm as still water. "Karna, your heart is pure, and your intentions are noble. But like a river that overflows its banks, kindness without wisdom can cause great harm. Let me share with you a story that may bring clarity to your confusion. Long ago, in a village far to the south, there lived a wise gardener named Akira. Akira tended to the most beautiful garden in all the land, a place of wonder where rare flowers bloomed and exotic fruits grew in abundance. People came from far and wide to marvel at the garden's beauty. One day, a group of weary travelers arrived at the garden's gate. Seeing their exhaustion, Akira welcomed them in, allowing them to rest and refresh themselves. The travelers were grateful, and as they left, they spread word of Akira's kindness. Soon, more and more people began to visit the garden. At first, Akira was delighted to share the beauty he had created. But as time passed, he noticed that not all visitors treated the garden with respect. Some would pluck flowers carelessly, others would trample delicate plants, and a few even began to take fruit without asking. Despite this, Akira's kind heart couldn't bear to turn anyone away. He continued to welcome all who came, hoping that his generosity would inspire them to be more considerate. But the more he gave, the more people took. And slowly, the once magnificent garden began to wither. The rare flowers stopped blooming, the fruit trees grew barren, and the paths became muddy and unkempt. Akira worked tirelessly to repair the damage, but for every plant he nurtured back to health, 3 more were destroyed by careless visitors. One day, as Akira sat amidst the ruins of his once beautiful garden, an old sage happened to pass by. Seeing Akira's distress, the sage asked what had happened. Akira recounted his tale, explaining how his desire to be kind had led to the destruction of that which he loved most. The sage listened patiently, then spoke. "Akira, your kindness is admirable, but it has become a flood that destroys rather than a stream that nourishes. True kindness is not about giving endlessly. It is about giving wisely. A garden needs boundaries to flourish, just as kindness needs wisdom to truly benefit others." The sage's words struck Akira like a bolt of lightning. He realized that in his attempt to be kind to everyone, he had been cruel to the garden and ultimately to himself. With this new understanding, Akira began to make changes. He set clear rules for visitors, limiting the number of people who could enter each day. He taught those who came about the delicate balance of nature and the importance of respecting the garden. To those who showed genuine appreciation, he gave seeds and cuttings, encouraging them to create beauty in their own spaces. At first, some people grumbled about the new restrictions, but as the gardens slowly began to recover, even the most reluctant visitors came to understand the wisdom of Akira's actions. Over time, the garden not only regained its former glory, but surpassed it, becoming a true paradise where both plants and people could thrive in harmony. As Master Satoshi finished his tale, he looked at Karna with eyes full of understanding. You see, Karna, kindness without boundaries is like a garden without walls. It invites destruction even as it seeks to create beauty. True compassion requires wisdom to know when to give, when to withhold, and how to give in a way that truly benefits others without depleting oneself. Karna listened intently, feeling as if scales had fallen from his eyes. "But Master," he asked, "how can I know when to give and when to refrain? How can I be sure my kindness is wise?" Master Satoshi smiled gently. "Mindfulness is the key, Karna. Before you give, pause and reflect. Ask yourself, is this truly helpful, or am I merely enabling harmful behavior? Am I giving out of genuine compassion, or out of a need to be seen as kind? Can I give this without harming myself? Remember, you cannot pour from an empty cup. Taking care of yourself is not selfish. It is necessary if you wish to continue helping others." As these words sank in, Karna felt a profound shift within himself. He realized that true kindness required strength, discernment, and self-respect. With gratitude in his heart, Karna bowed to Master Satoshi and began his journey back to the monastery. In the months that followed, Karna put Master Satoshi's teachings into practice. He continued to help those in need, but now he did so with wisdom and discernment. He learned to say no when necessary and to guide people towards self-reliance rather than dependency. To his surprise, he found that this new approach not only preserved his own well-being, but also had a more profound and lasting impact on those he helped. As word spread of Karna's transformed wisdom, people came from far and wide, not to ask for handouts, but to learn from his example. The monastery flourished, becoming a beacon of balanced compassion and wisdom that illuminated the lives of all who visited. And so, dear viewers, let us take this ancient Zen wisdom to heart. May we cultivate kindness that is tempered with wisdom, compassion that is balanced with discernment. For it is in this balance that we find true strength, enabling us to create positive change in the world without losing ourselves in the process. Remember, being kind does not mean being a doormat. Set your boundaries with compassion, give with wisdom, and nurture yourself as you would nurture others. In doing so, you will become like Akira's garden, a source of beauty and inspiration that uplifts all who encounter it. Thank you for joining us for this tale of ancient Zen wisdom. If you found value in this story, please consider subscribing to our channel. By clicking the subscribe button and the notification bell, you'll ensure you never miss our future videos filled with life-changing insights from the greatest Zen masters of the past. Share this video with someone who might benefit from its message, and join us on this journey of self-discovery and wisdom. Until next time, may you find the perfect balance of kindness and wisdom in your own life.